Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, July 18th. Well, the heat wave continues here in the eastern part of the country. In fact, it could peak here today in the Mid-Atlantic region with high temperatures up in the upper 90s in many Mid-Atlantic locations. The record high temperature for Philadelphia International Airport this afternoon is 100. It's not out of the question that we reach triple digits in South Philadelphia, but more likely about 96, 97, 98 degrees will be the afternoon high. Continued very hot tomorrow. Saturday, however, will be the day the heat wave breaks. A cool front will slowly move in from the north and west. It'll slide through the Great Lakes region first and then into the eastern part of the country later in the day on Saturday, probably not passing off the East Coast until early Sunday. Some strong storms are possible associated with that frontal system later in the day, Saturday into Saturday evening. And we actually could have some scattered strong thunderstorms on Friday afternoon well ahead of the frontal system, despite mostly sunny skies on Friday to close out the work week. By Sunday afternoon, high temperatures should be confined more to the low and middle 80s behind the frontal system. And that front will stall not too far to our south, so it's possible we'll get some rain back in the Mid-Atlantic region by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week as that front turns around and heads back to the north. Well, let's take a look at the latest surface map. It looks very similar to the last couple of mornings with high pressure just dominating the scene in the eastern part of the country. This is really not your classic Bermuda high where the high is situated off the east coast pumping in a southwesterly flow of air. It's an inland type high pressure system, not only here at the surface, but as we'll see in a moment, in the upper part of the atmosphere as well. Over the next couple of days, it kind of transitions back to more of a Bermuda high type situation, and that will increase our chance for thunderstorms again by tomorrow afternoon, and especially on Saturday. Here's a cool frontal system starting to get itself organized. It'll start moving to the south and east over the next 12 hours or so and reach the Mid-Atlantic coastal region by late in the day on Saturday or Saturday evening, finally moving off the east coast early in the morning on Sunday. Here's a look at the current 500 millibar map, and again, high pressure ridge sitting over the Midwest. We have high pressure throughout all levels of the atmosphere here in the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic region. This time of the year, that spells a heat wave for the most part, and indeed that's what we have. That upper level low that retrograded from the East Coast all the way to the south central part of the country continues to exist in some form, but it's continues to slowly weaken. This high, again, will control our weather right through tomorrow, but then a wave right here in the seen in the flow here in the upper part of the atmosphere in southwestern Canada will help to generate that cool frontal system that'll drop to the south and east over the next 48 hours, reaching the East Coast by early Sunday morning. Well, here's a look at the latest infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Still can see the flow of clouds in a clockwise motion coming around the high pressure ridge all the way throughout the country. You can really see where that high pressure is situated right here, centered right here over the Midwest, and a clockwise flow of air around it, bringing clouds from the east to the west on the southern part of the high and from the west to the east on the northern part of the high. And again, the cooler air mass is starting to get itself together here with a Canadian-born high-pressure system here in southwestern Canada. A lot of clear skies associated with that. That'll gradually move to the south and east and break the heat wave here late Saturday, and especially noticeable on Sunday with high temperatures in the Mid-Atlantic I-95 corridor back to the low and middle 80s. Not exactly cool, but certainly cooler than what we've experienced over the past couple of days and what we will experience today and tomorrow. Well, let's take a look at some forecast maps. This is from last night's Zero Z GFS model run. We're looking at surface forecast maps for Saturday morning and Saturday evening, Sunday morning, and Sunday evening. By Saturday morning, that frontal system depicted right about here by the GFS models in the eastern part of the Great Lakes, probably dry early in the day on Saturday as that front begins to approach. But let's now jump ahead 12 hours to Saturday evening. And here's that frontal system by Saturday evening, not too far from the I-95 corridor, with some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and any one of these storms can develop into stronger, perhaps even severe levels Saturday afternoon. We'll have to monitor that over the next 36 hours or so. But again, that frontal system not exactly barreling through. It kind of tends to slow down as it approaches the East Coast. Let's now jump ahead to Sunday morning. And here's the forecast map for Sunday morning. That frontal system right about here, not moving all that quickly. It will continue to be close enough to cause a chance for a shower or thunderstorm lingering into Sunday. Here's the important player, though. This is that Canadian-born high-pressure system that moves all the way from southwestern Canada to the Great Lakes by Sunday morning. This spells a lot of relief for the Great Lakes region, and indeed in the Mid-Atlantic region. By Sunday afternoon, our temperatures will be at or even slightly below normal, with high temperatures Sunday afternoon back to the mid-80s, perhaps as low as the low 80s, as this Canadian-born high-pressure system moves into the Mid-Atlantic region. Finally, this is the Sunday evening forecast. Notice still some precipitation depicted here by the GFS model from the I-95 corridor, points south and east. Basically, that frontal system kind of stalls out as it moves just to the south and east of the I-95 corridor, and by later Tuesday or perhaps Wednesday of next week, it indeed may turn around and come back north and increase our chances again for some rainfall by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. But this Canadian high pressure system certainly spells relief from this heat wave, perhaps the worst heat wave of the summer that we're experiencing for the next couple of days. That heat wave will break later on Saturday with the arrival of this cool front. That's it for now for the SIWeather.com. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.